Monster Hunter World's weapon progression paths are much simpler than previous games, but there are some standout paths you may or may not notice. This guide series is going to focus on weapon upgrades to take you through low rank and high rank as painlessly as possible for each weapon type. Obviously, since we're talking about flying through the early game, we don't want to sit and farm monsters for days. You will need to farm a bit following these paths, but hopefully not too much. The majority of the parts also come from easier monsters, which should make progress fairly painless. You need to hoard everything you come across. If you see a mining node, hit it. Bone pile, take everything. The last thing you want to do is have to go randomly find some bones or minerals for an upgrade. Everything you gather will be useful, and you'll save time by gathering as much as you can along the way. Any questionable materials, I will be providing where to get them as we talk about the upgrades themselves. The Charge Blade, like the Switch Axe, has files, but it only has impact and power element. Impact is our preferred file type, to the point where anything that has power element should be disregarded. The progression path for Charge Blade is actually very easy and clean, especially in low rank. The short answer to this guide is, make the bone path, pick up the Jagras Charge Blade, then as soon as possible pick up the Rathian Charge Blade and use it for all of low rank. Then swap back to the Jagras Charge Blade at the start of high rank, then you can flip-flop between Jagras and Rathian, and to no one's surprise, pick up the NERG Charge Blade. Now for the long answer. The Proto Commission Axe one you start with is good for the first missions, but you'll want to build the Bone Path as soon as possible. Make a Bone Strong Arm 1 and upgrade it to a Bone Strong Arm 2 by using 3 Monster Bone S. You'll use this to take on Great Jagras. After beating him, immediately upgrade your Bone Strong Arm 2 into a Jagras Strong Arm 1 by using 1 Great Jagras Claw, 1 Great Jagras Hide, 3 Great Jagras Scales, and 1 Sharp Claw. You can get Sharp Claws from regular old Jagras. Pick this up, you'll be using it for a while. Once you unlock Wildspire Wastes, you can go through standard progression and hunt Baroth and Juratotus. After you beat Juratotus, make his weapon. Upgrade your original Proto Commission Axe 1 to a Proto Commission Axe 2 by using 2 iron ore, then upgrade it to a Mudslide Blade 1 by using 1 Juratotus fin, 1 Juratotus shell, 3 Juratotus scales, and 1 Aqua Sac. Build the Mudslide Blade 1 now, but don't use it. You lose the impact file for power element and the damage is about par with the Jagras Strong Arm 1. We're simply building this as a bridge to our next actual Charge Blade. Now you can continue with your mandatory hunts of Tobi-Kadachi and Anjanath, but what you really want to do is deviate and hunt a Rathian. The Rathian Charge Blade is all you need to take you through low rank. I'm not even joking. The raw damage alone is equivalent to weapons from the final tier of low rank. The comparables are just not up to snuff damage-wise, or lose out on the impact file, or require rare materials. On top of its insane damage output, you'll also gain poison as a nice little bonus. After you hunt Rathian, upgrade your Mudslide Blade 1 into a Deer Ludimus by using 3 Rathian Spike, 5 Rathian Scale, and 4 Rathian Shell. You'll likely need to farm at least 2 Rathians for the materials. Make sure to cut the tails for extra carbs and break its wings, back, and head if possible. Now you're situated for the rest of low rank. There will be some optional deviations you can make towards the end, but they aren't necessarily better. Here are some of your alternative options, and keep in mind these require materials from the final monsters in low rank. The Gyro's Strong Arm 2 has the same raw damage, but it gains 15% affinity and changes the poison to paralysis. You'll need Diablos Fangs to make it, and those are usually spent on Diablos' weapons. You can also build Odogaron's Garon Strong Arm 1, which has 468 damage, which is the same, 20% affinity, with no element and an impact file. The only thing that's remotely comparable at the end of low rank is the Diablos Wall 1 with 612 raw damage, which is way higher, but it has minus 30% affinity and plus 10 defense. It has huge damage, but also requires Diablos materials. Diablos may very well be the last thing you hunt in low rank, so you have to keep that in mind. So you can see that Deer Ludimus is your best and easiest option through the entirety of low rank. Continue standard progression by absolutely demolishing Tobi-Kadachi and Anjanath. After defeating Zora Magdaros, don't worry, it's a set piece and you can't really lose, you'll gain access to the Coral Highlands. In the Coral Highlands, you're forced into an expedition to explore. Hunt Azitzi Yaku here for materials to upgrade the Jagras Charge Blade for when we bridge it to high rank, but you can always come back later. Continue progressing through the main story, take out Paolumu, then you'll descend into the Rotten Vale, and take out Radaban. Then you'll have to take on Legiana, followed by Odogaron, Rathalos, and Diablos. This is the first real upgrade to the Deer Ludimus. If you want, the Diablos Wall 1 will be an upgrade. You can build one by going through the Bone Tree again, build a Bone Strong Arm 1 and upgrade it to a Bone Strong Arm 2 by using 3 Monster Bone S. Then upgrade to a Bone Strong Arm 3 by using 2 Monster Bone M and 1 Ancient Bone. Then upgrade that into a Hard Bone Strong Arm 1 by using 1 Monster Bone L, 5 Monster Bone M, and 2 Boulder Bone. Finally upgrade that into a Diablos Wall 1 by using 1 Twisted Horn, 2 Diablos Fangs, 4 Diablos Shell, and 3 Monster Bone Plus. You will have a ton of options available right at the start of high rank, so while this is a great option, you may prefer to come back to it later on. After beating the Zora Magdaros set piece and killing a deceptively strong Pookie Pookie, you'll gain access to high rank quests. Congratulations, the baby gloves are coming off. Our immediate goal in high rank is a weapon upgrade to compensate for the increased health of monsters, with a long-term goal of bringing our sharpness to the next level. You have a ton of options once you hit high rank with Charge Blade. If you were lucky during the Zora Magdaros set piece and got a gem, you can use it to build a Magnum Manus. This is much better than the easiest option, but it's fairly comparable. Unfortunately, it doesn't scale well later, and it's a bit of a dead end, so don't lose sleep if you didn't get a gem or build this. If you built the Diablos Wall 1, you can upgrade it to a Diablos Wall 2 once you get 4 monster keen bones from monsters like Baroth or Anjanath. Upgrade your Diablos Wall 1 into a Diablos Wall 2 by using 4 monster keen bone, 4 Diablos Ridge, 2 Diablos Tail Case, and 1 Diablos Marrow. Those will be good charge blades early, but will be harder to upgrade or taper off much too fast. You'll want to hunt Great Jagras to upgrade your Jagras Strongarm 1 to Jagras Escudo 1 by going through the following path. Upgrade your Jagras Strongarm 1 into a Jagras Strongarm 2 by using 2 Great Jagras Claw, 2 Great Jagras Mane, 2 Coral Bones, and 3 Zetsuyaku Claw. Then upgrade it again to Jagras Strongarm 3 by using 3 Monster Bone Plus, 5 Great Jagras Scale, 3 Great Jagras Claw, and 3 Great Jagras Mane. Finally, upgrade to the Jagras Escudo 1 by using 6 Great Jagras Scale Plus, 4 Great Jagras Claw Plus, 6 Great Jagras Mane, and 5 Piercing Claw. This is the weapon I'm going to suggest you build because it's so easy. This is technically optional, but it does represent a reasonable upgrade to blue sharpness and gaining poison. Use your new Jagras Escudo 1 to hunt a Rathian. After the hunt, upgrade your Deer Ludimus into a Deer Ludimia by using 3 Rathian Spike Plus, 5 Rathian Scale Plus, 4 Rathian Carapace, and 1 Rathian Plate. The plate can be rare, and makes this less than optimal, but it does represent a good upgrade. Use this to hunt a pink Rathian as part of standard progression. The Jagras Escudo 1 will be adequate if you chose to skip this. From here, you have options again. You can continue down the Jagras path, which has higher raw damage, or you can use the Rathian path, which has lower damage but added poison. They have roughly equivalent blue sharpness. If you want to do the Jagras path, hunt a Zetsuyaku for claws, and use the monster hardbones you got from Pink Rathian to upgrade your Jagras Escudo 1 to Jagras Escudo 2 by using 4 monster hardbone, 6 Great Jagras Claw Plus, 6 Great Jagras Hide Plus, and 5 Zetsuyaku Claw Plus. If you want to use the Rathian path, upgrade your Deer Ludimia to Deer Hecatel by using 4 Rathian Spike Plus, 5 Pink Rathian Scale Plus, 4 Pink Rathian Carapace, and 1 Wyvern Gem. The Wyvern Gems can be found as carves or rewards from monsters like Baroth, Juratotus, and Radaban. Either of these will be adequate for taking out NERG Gigante, but you can also optionally hunt Diablos to upgrade again. Upgrade your Diablos Wall 2 into a Diablos Tyrannus 1 by using 3 Majestic Horns, 6 Diablos Carapace, 5 Diablos Ridge Plus, and 1 Blos Medulla. This is a great weapon, but it has minus 30% affinity and only a sliver of blue sharpness. 3 Majestic Horns might be difficult to farm as well. Your next hunt is going to be NERG Gigante, and all 3 weapons will be adequate for him. Deer Hecatel was my preference, but performance-wise they should all be similar. Jagras Escudo 2 will be by far the easiest to build. If after your hunt you got 3 Elder Dragon Blood, you can upgrade your Deer Hecatel into a Deer Hecatelia. I wouldn't recommend this because of the Rathian Ruby requirement and the Elder Dragon Blood being better spent on other equipment. Instead, you should build the Nurgle Lacerator by going through the ore path. Build a Proto Commission X1 and upgrade it into a Proto Commission X2, and then into a Proto Commission X3, into Elite Commission X1, into Elite Commission X2, into Elite Commission X3, into Chrome Guardian 1. Then upgrade that into a Nurgle Lacerator by using 3 NERG Gigante Talon, 4 NERG Gigante Regrowth Plate, 2 NERG Gigante Tail, and 2 NERG Gigante Carapace. Congratulations, you now have a weapon that's completely capable of getting you through the rest of the game and one of the best charge blades. This will be adequate for taking out all the remaining Elder Dragons. After taking out Xeno'jiiva, you can upgrade the Nurgle Lacerator one more time into Devastation's Thorns by using 2 Xeno'jiiva Horns, 5 NERG Gigante Horn Plus, 5 NERG Gigante Talons, and 1 NERG Gigante Gem. The gem will take a lot of time, unless you're lucky, but will be well worth the investment. For additional endgame weapons, you can hunt Black Diablos to upgrade your Diablos Tyrannus 1 into a Diablos Tyrannus 2 by using 2 NERG Gigante Horn Plus, 3 Black Spiral Horn Plus, 4 Black Diablos Carapace, and 1 Wyvern Gem. Once you gain access to equipment and decorations to offset the negative affinity and gain non-elemental damage up, this will be the hardest hitting charge blade in the game. Thanks for watching. If you thought this video was helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel. Guides for the rest of the weapons are on the way.